Hey, good morning, everybody. This is TK over at ReadySetFutures.com. 5:30 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Coming at you live from the office, giving you your daily market preview for the 12th of September. We got a new program coming at you today. It's called Camtasia. Going to be using it to do some screen recording and continue to build out our services to you over at ReadySetFutures.com. But why don't we get into it? Looking at a chart here, daily chart of our favorite, Dr. Copper. As you can see, last week's calls of lower are prescient. Volume continues to build down here in the $2.09 range, $2.08 range. Price action continuing lower to the lower volume area. As you can see, we saw some buying pressure coming out of that in the overnight. We do continue to expect this to fall, and that fall could be quite dramatic if we get acceptance below this lower value area. Moving over to gold, our call last week, a short out of 1350. Quite good. That was a call back on the 6th of September. We could roll that in if we need to, just for credibility purposes. But we do expect this to continue lower. Gold, let's see. Price action, again, trading at the lower value area here. Fully expecting a move down to the lower part of this range and beyond, 1290 to begin with. Possibly 1270, 1260 if we're really fortunate. We do expect gold to be in a longer term bull market, and so as we reach into these kind of nether regions, then we'll look to see how price action plays out and when to flip long. But currently we're short, and we expect to stay short for some time. Moving to crude oil, call from last week was short out of 45.90. We took some heat for sure, possibly about $2 worth of heat. That's per contract. That's quite a bit, folks. So again, your money, your account, your decisions. We make our own here at ReadySetFutures.com, and we expect you to make your own too. So holding short. As you can see, prices moved away from the volume point of control. We're heading lower. High volume node coming up down here around 43.80. So we do expect price to reach out and touch that area and hold and trade around that for some time before heading lower. Our commitment to trader data, which I will be posting at some point. We'll get into do a weekly review and start getting into our commitment to trader data. That is showing managed money running for the exits, folks. They're getting net short. Well, actually, pardon me, not necessarily getting net short, but they're getting shorter, and their long-term position continues to get back toward historic short levels. So we're going to hang short until we actually see a change. Might be a bumpy ride, but crude short. Moving over to the ES, our favorite instrument. I keep coming back to last week's call. Last week was our inaugural week on the mic, and I just want to say I think we're about 4 for 4, excluding some of the heat and potentially that copper call. It's be a little generous to give that to us, but anyway. Here on the S&P 500, our ES, we were calling for a rollover in market sentiment and Well, we got it, folks. If you look at this move here, again, reversing out of our trading range. Yeah, you could clearly see the magnitude of Friday's move rivaling that of Brexit. This is Brexit back here. If you see where my cursor is, this is where Brexit is. And this was Friday's action. So the only thing on the board that I see, even remotely similar here in the past 3 months was Brexit. So this was a move that's going to have consequences. Yeah, I do believe. I mean that this is legit. There's a couple higher volume nodes here around 2013, 2020. You had another one here, 2024 to 2130. We kind of blew right through that. And price ended up stopping around 2110. Again, this is the December contract, folks. Next move is going to be down here to 2085. It's going to reach out. It will likely touch this area. You can see my dashed line. This is our longer term trading range. If we pulled up the weekly chart, let me do that for us here. I don't have it quite on there. Later on, I could pull up the weekly chart. We can see why this dashed line is relevant. It's really the top of the trading range. I fully expect price to come back and tag this before potentially moving up again. We'll get into some of the news, but there are catalysts that may bring it back up. We're currently flat. We exited out of our short position on Friday afternoon for a profitable trade. Turning to our bots. Actually, we'll get to our bots in a minute. I do want to go over maybe a few headlines here that are relevant to your day. Well, and I guess as I'm doing this, I can roll in some footage of our trading bots. Keep in mind, folks, Japan is also at the front and center of all this market action. The Bank of Japan is meeting at the same time that the Federal Reserve is meeting here in about a week and a half. They're looking at when they're supposed to be doing a comprehensive policy review, and in particular their evaluation of how ways to change their yield curve for the Japanese long bonds. Last week, I believe on Thursday, Zero Hedge published a report showing that they were contemplating purchasing the short end and selling the long end. Possibly I have that reversed, but anyway, more central bank manipulation. Additionally, China also playing into this. Overnight, we saw the Hang Seng down about 3.5%, and we also have the Hong Kong interbank overnight rate gaining the most since February. The note here is amid speculation that the People's Bank of China will be intervening to prevent further yen depreciation ahead of their special drawing rights offering. Now, they're going to be offering bonds denoted in special drawing rights here at the start of next month. That hasn't happened since, I believe, since the crash 07-08. But again, I'm not a professional analyst, so that could be incorrect. I got a couple other ones here, but if we're pushing on to 10 minutes. Quick market snapshot. FTSE's down about 100, down about 1.6%. The German DAX down around 2%. Nikkei, the Japanese Nikkei, down about 1.6%. And as I mentioned, the Hang Seng down roughly 3.5%. With that, folks, that's what we got for you today from ReadySetFutures.com. Welcome to the markets for Monday, and best of luck, traders. We'll see you tomorrow.